Hi, Paul.
All right. Hey, Jeff. That's what
Hi,
I'm doing.
Lou.
Hey, Jeff.
How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Couldn't have filled your wine glass up from your box before we started.
I ran out of boxes again, so I'm drinking one of my wife's bottles.
Oh,
Well, that's nice.
But I filled it with water. it's, it's
Yeah.
disgusting. I've got like 40% water in there.
Really? Oh,
no,
oh,
she'll think it's disgusting when she thinks she's actually got wine in there and it
Well,
turns
yeah.
out to
I
be
warned
water.
her. I warned her. She's drinking a different bottle.
Oh.
Oh, so you basically you diluted it?
Yeah,
Oh man,
I get too dehydrated, and if I don't do it.
that must taste like shit.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't know.
I'm
The libertarian in you is a little bit sided with, is it the grape juice? Is it the water? Is it the grape juice? Is it the water?
Yeah.
on the wagon tonight. So
Are
Ooh,
you really?
yeah, I lived it up in Milwaukee.
I saw
So
a
what were
bunch
you
of
doing up
pictures
in
in there.
Milwaukee?
I saw a
I
bunch of
went there.
pictures of sorry, go ahead.
We went up there for well, specifically to see this exhibit at the Milwaukee Jewish Museum. It's Mark Chagall's illustrations for Nikolai Gogol's Dead Souls. It's a
Okay,
novel I'm a big fan of. And my wife's a
nice.
big fan of Mark Chagall, so it was a great exhibit. It must have been about
So you guys were geeking out a little bit.
yeah, we had a good time. We went up last
Awesome.
night, yesterday afternoon, went out to dinner and some restaurant near the hotel and stayed at a pretty cool hotel.
I saw pictures of like
Yeah, it's
fancy
nice to get
drinks.
those.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
fancy drinks. Yeah.
They had like a grapefruit.
Yeah. I had some Milwaukee sour. It
What
was like
was
a
it?
whiskey sour, but instead of like a red wine float on top, it had a grape juice, like an egg white, so it was kind of frothy.
Yeah,
It was good. It was good, nice and tart, but yeah.
they look good.
Yeah.
It's nice to get away, do those little two
Yeah, I
day,
love
3 day
Milwaukee.
getaways.
Milwaukee's a great town. Yeah,
It
Milwaukee's like a
doesn't cost you an arm and a leg to go there for just a couple nights. I mean, it's not like you're, just blowing a couple
nice.
grand on 2 weeks or 3 or 4 grand on 2 weeks.
That
You
was
know,
fun. No one there is empty. I mean, granted, it was a I guess no one's downtown Milwaukee on Mondays anymore. But it was
well, I wouldn't think.
kind of like Chicago. It's
Well, that's it. People
Mondays
work
and
from home on
Fridays are
Mondays and Fridays. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, especially Fridays. There's no one downtown Chicago. It was like Milwaukee.
Yeah, but you know what? The traffic's still just as bad because you got all those people getting out of town early.
Right.
So I'm stuck in it anyway.
Remember, when I took my night classes down at the Paul, Loop campus. When I
Mhm.
when I get to class, it was like tons of people around bustling, and then 9 o'clock the class is over. I'm walking. There's nobody around. I was like,
Nobody around. Everyone's at their job.
you know. So, and I used to park like a few blocks away because it was like the only one that was like sort of, affordable.
Yeah.
So I'd walk like, I don't know. I guess it was like maybe 4 blocks. I don't know.
We're down like Jackson and Wabash there, the DePaul campus.
Yeah, it was Jackson. I would take the train in, but this one time I took the train back. I was like, I was a fairly young guy then. I was like, I don't feel safe. I'm just gonna drive because there's like some crazy guy. He was like yelling at the top of his lungs, like walking up and down the car. I was like, fucking, hey, you wouldn't see this at 5:30. It's just like it's a different.
Right.
Between the Loop and Forest Park isn't some of the greatest.
Oh, Forest Park. Oh, the blue line. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the greatest places there.
No.
Forest Park was fine, but
Yeah. I take the train, buses so often. I don't even really. I know not to go on the red line. I guess after like 9 o'clock at night. That's.
but
But I'm gonna take the blue line out to Jeff's house this weekend. So
Yeah.
because of the taste of Polonia.
Yeah, we're gonna eat Polish food
I think
and
Andrew's.
listen to tribute bands.
There's actually a
Well,
Polish
off
band that's
skew.
playing that one. I'll check out too. This
All
band
right.
called Black Bear Combo. They start at 5 o'clock on Saturday.
Are they on the other stage?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking let's do it.
Read the description of them. I think it'll sound pretty cool.
Hey,
All right.
you went to a bar that was like a formerly a fix-it shop or something?
It's like a pretend speakeasy in Milwaukee. Yeah, they gotta like, give a password to get in there, and I was like,
What is it like?
it's like a
What's it
TV
called?
repair shop, and then it's called Don's TV and Repair.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
When you get in there, they have a bunch of like boozy milkshakes and like tiki drinks, and they have like smash burgers and shit like that. But that was on the way in. We couldn't check into the hotel just yet at that time. So we killed an hour of more drinking.
There's a place up in Andersonville. It's like that called Dirty Laundry, and you got to go through a fucking like through laundry machines. It's like
That
the
was
door
actually
opens
a
up.
magic Chicago Magic Parlor was set up that way. In
Okay, so
Andersonville.
that's what I'm thinking of. That's up in Andersonville, I think.
Right. I'm not sure if that's still there or not. I went to that place one time.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah, they were advertising it not too
I
long
had a
ago.
really good time there. I was kind of skeptical of going to see Magic, but it was actually pretty cool. It was like they did like a bunch of table side like card tricks at your table, and then there was like you got invited into this back room, and there's like a real magic show.
And you're trying real hard to catch him, and you can't.
I'm a sucker for magic. Like I look like a complete fool. I'm so amazed.
Me too.
You know what? We should see if a group wants to go to this fucking place if it's still around next year after the draft or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to kind of like do with a bunch of
It was
us.
a good time. Yeah. And Dana and I went with Laura and JJ and like I think another couple. And we had a really nice time.
I remember a party at the Pearl Street House in DeKalb. You know, I'm sure probably good chance Chad was there too. But there was this guy who did some like magic. You know, like car. I think it was car.
Yeah.
And no one was more amazed than I was. I just couldn't, and it was embarrassing because like even the guy was just like,
come on,
all right, don't worry about it, I was like, holy shit,
that's not real. I'm not. I don't really have magic powers.
I just like it's all sleight of hand. A lot of that shit that they do close up is sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Which is a skill I do not have.
No.
Oh, it's definitely a skill because I don't have it either.
Right.
I can do the dumb jokes, like, showing a kid a quarter and going like this, and then you leave it on top of your head, and then it's not in your hand anymore. That gets them every time.
All right, yeah. So you're down in the basement. I remember this from last time, right?
Right.
You got your there's a picture.
That's our that's the parlor for wild card weekend when we watch wild card games and gamble.
Those things behind me are actually Armenian brandy bottles on the shelf there, on that bookshelf. They're not bombs.
If he hands over to the right, you'll see his world's fastest Subway making sandwich jacket.
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
mementos. Yeah, I think I've shown.
I remember that.
Dude, some of those bottles from that Armenian brandy, some of those bottles are just fucking amazing. Remember that fucking shotgun?
Yeah, that shotgun. There's a dragon.
There's a grenade. That didn't take long to finish off. Every one of them tastes like shit.
It's kind of sweet. It's sweet brandy.
That shit tastes like gasoline, man. It tastes like mixed with Fernet.
Yeah, I don't know. To each his own what they like to drink.
Remember you said your main competition in that speed cutting contest, the Subway thing, he cut his hand or something like that?
Yeah, the guy from Springfield. He went to Downers Grove to compete against. That was
you will see him in The Simpsons.
He's spurting blood, like right in between like the web of his hand here. It's like
But you didn't waste the sandwich, did you?
Oh, that one, yeah. We had to throw that one away. And we had like sad. He was the first one up too. And he was the defending like regional champion. He actually like finished like fourth at like the nationals the year before. So he was like and he drove all the way up from Springfield to compete in this. He was like, and I snuck in there and won.
I was on the college swim team, but after that, he could only swim in circles.
Then I had to go to somewhere in Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin, like the Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, like the Great Lakes region. I think it was. I had to skip high school too. My mother had to call in sick for me. That was the.
Yeah, you said your mom said, like, where is this man taking
Yeah,
you?
where's your subway manager taking you?
Taking
Like,
you across state
just,
lines.
just across state lines. Don't worry about it.
What? What's his name? Jared?
This is before Jared.
Yeah.
This is when there was only like a handful of subways. I mean, there's probably like at the time, this is 1987 ish. There's probably about 10 subways in all of Chicago land area. So
There should be a documentary about this.
there might be. There might be. I've looked it up on YouTube.
There probably
There
is.
is footage of people competing in this contest. It's
Subway started in Milford, Connecticut, I believe.
I believe its corporate name is the Doctors Associates Group because it was founded by some physicians at the time. Fred DeLuca or Frank DeLuca.
I don't know what year it started, but I remember it in the 70s when I was little, and there was a Subway in our town, and I didn't take much notice of it. I thought it was near the train station. I thought it was a
Actual subway station into the city.
I didn't know.
Do you have a subway station or was it above the ground?
This is just a train station. Yeah, just a Amtrak, you know.
Oh, so there's no subways in Connecticut. Why the fuck is he calling it Subway? Because it's by the train station. It's a
Well,
sub
It's
sandwich.
probably like 9 or 10 years old.
Like sub sandwich, yeah. They named it like the BMT is named after what, the Brooklyn Mass Transit or something like that? Or,
Yeah,
believe.
it's named after something. I don't know.
Yeah. I
Brooklyn.
used to know that. I worked there for 2 years.
Interesting.
You know what? Now you go to Subway, the prices are exactly the same as they were. Like back in 1987. That was.
Hey, I'm going to do a little score check and let everybody know where they're at. So, Paging Dr. Satchel is sitting on 26 points today. Lollygaggers. Every lollygagger in the lineup has just been performing. Got a
Nice.
74 points out of his hitters.
Did anyone have Danny Jansen today in our league? To
Did he get
That's I love
the
that.
craziest
I
thing
love
ever
that
in
shit.
baseball? That's the
what
and
is
the
it?
fact this guy played on both the same game. That is so.
If he played on both teams in the same game because the game was
Oh, Danny
like
Jansen. Danny Jansen.
paused because of
Danny
rain.
Jansen.
Danny,
Yeah, it's Danny Jansen.
right.
Yeah, they were talking.
Salvador Perez today got 22 points, by the way.
Wow.
I have him in a
Really?
roto league, but Hacks, that's Chad's guy, as we all know. It's been Chad's guy forever.
So anyway, so Lollygaggers got 74 points with their hitters, but they've got -5 on their pitching.
All right.
So that brings it down to 69 points you got there, bud. Capital Knockers, well, they got dicked in the ass by Paley over with a -21.
I have him in the roto too. Shit.
So basically, he's got like 14 points. Gambler Spear right now is sitting on 17. Big McBride's 27. And Beazody, you're the king. Well, almost the king. Lollygagger got you by a few points, but you're sitting at you got 22 in hitting right now. Everything's still going on, so this could go up. But you're at 65.
Yeah, a bunch of I had 3 starters going there.
Yeah. We got Let's Play has got 9 points. Hack Wilson, he has got 67.
I'm off to my typical early week hot start, and then it's the was it spinning straw on the weekend every time this way. I'm having the worst year. I was the opposite last year, so I think it's just the way my pitching's been set up, and it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, 5-day cycle, it'll cycle through the weeks. You know, that you'll be warrior again before you know it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
There's
Christ.
This time of year, I get kind of excited when pitchers go on the IL because it's like, okay, I don't have to worry about it. I'll still keep you on my roster. I don't worry about innings. I'll,
So I thought I thought I was doing pretty good here, and then all of a sudden, Tyon, they sent him in for the 7th, even though they're up 11-2.
Who?
Sent him
Tyon?
into the 7th. He's got a quality start. He's only given up 2 runs in 6
Tyon?
innings.
Walker?
And yeah, Jamison Tyon.
Oh, Jameson. Oh, Tyon. Oh, from the Cubs.
Yeah, I just picked him up in that last trade of the season. So he's out there, and they throw him back. So he goes back out in the 7th, and he gives up 2 runs, loses his quality start. So I lost points there.
Yeah.
And then I got charged for 2 more runs. So it's like now he's got 8 points when he had 16 like a little bit ago. Mother.
That's what
Oh, this game.
that's what I was trying to say early in the year. It was like the quality start isn't in the bank until he's out of the game and all of his
Right.
earned runs are in the dugout.
Well,
like
dude, trust me, I was fucking like seriously watching that too because I know better. And terrible. So, anywho, keep going here. That was me. That was 44 points is what I'm at now. I'm still gonna get a win out of Tyon. I mean, there's no way. He's 12-5. It's he's gonna get a win out of that unless they really fuck up.
Who?
Wait till next year. He's got 34. Holy cows, right now. 17 and sombreros 28. And that's your up-to-date score right now for Monday.
Who's leading in pitching overage right now?
I think it's
Lou, why don't you share the screen and just show what you got?
I didn't have a chance to look at the spreadsheet today.
Pretty sure it's Knockers again, or maybe they.
Yeah.
Yeah, Knockers was last week too.
I've been visibly seeing people holding back on pitching this week, weeks actually.
All right. Game flip. Yep. Overage.
Yeah, Knockers is most over. Cows are way under. I guess maybe they're just gonna finish under. I don't know.
Like John is like nails it right on the nose there with a 0 he's right at 0. He's right where he needs to be.
Yeah, or even a little over could be good, right?
Right at this point of the season, yeah,
Like
91. What's my overage? Can you tell just by looking at that? On the next page.
Yeah, it's not Dylan. Come on.
There you go.
Yeah, so you're 75 over.
Okay, so
You're third most over.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought because our wins and losses are based on everybody else, maybe being in the middle is the best place to be. Not necessarily 0, but
You got the Knockers are number 1.
I'd say yeah.
And Satchel's number 2. You're number 3.
Yeah.
And then Gambler's number 4. It'll be interesting to see how the whole things plays out because you got Let's Play there right now. He can make a push at the end, just try to get up to 4 because somebody else, if he really starts taking on innings, and then he can tank the last week and see where the cards, lay.
Yeah, well,
It says I'm 17 over, but I'm I think when I checked it earlier, it was 5 over.
He seems like he'll be able to hold on to 5th pretty easily. Catching Spear, maybe because Spear's got the overage, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying is, if he can give a couple of good weeks and then Gambler Spear has bad weeks, then he can jump in there.
John might, who knows? He might prefer to stay right here. I mean, it's $100, but he might prefer to have the good go at it next year.
True, but let's see how many weeks we got left here. We got this week is
1, 2,
3, 4, 5. A lot can happen in 5 weeks, man.
30 games.
The holy cows, have they given up on this season here?
I don't know. He's 0-12 now. You can see.
He was prepared for the extra innings. That's all I'm saying.
Do you need to do a wellness check on him?
No, he's fucking fine. No, I'm just being a true with him not too long ago. I think I did.
Yeah,
that's how you tell someone.
it does have him finishing next to last on the model now. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
like that before. So,
You have Jeff over me in the model.
yeah, so you
How
guys,
was 70 and
close.
85 not the same winning percentage there?
because these are like little fractional wins in here.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, Shane.
Oh.
You're lucky to get 70.
so.
I'm gonna finish above 500. That's my goal.
I'm just trying to finish as close to fifth as possible at this point.
It says here
That's
that
my whole thing. It's just I
Five
just want to
over.
finish close to fifth.
5 teams over and 7 under. So, we'll see.
Do we have a date for next year's auction?
Yeah, I think it's March
Not yet.
8th. If
March
March 8th is a Saturday, it's March 8th.
Because I announced the schedule. There's an early Cubs
Yeah.
Dodgers.
I think I sent an email. Maybe it was just a text when we got the schedule. It's the Cubs and Dodgers that are playing in Korea on the 20th and 21st, I think. I think that's
Right. I think it's Japan, actually.
Oh, is it Japan? Okay.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, that would make sense. Japan with Otani.
Yeah, Otani and the Cubs dude, Suzuki and
Dave Roberts will probably sit him down for that series. I won't play.
Stop. March 8th. All right, that's awesome because man, it's yeah, you know how it is with me for St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's
Yeah, I
Day
like
will
to
be
get it over with.
15th, 16th,
Earlier the
17th
better.
on Monday. So yeah, that works. That works. March 8th it is. And I will take more vacation that time.
My other leg doesn't.
Dude, that's literally the only vacation I've used all year was that week, those 4 days that you guys were in. So I'm taking all of next week off. And then I still got another week to use sometime between now and the rest of the year. So I got to figure out what the hell.
You got your fantasy football draft in that week, so that's good.
I do on that Tuesday.
That's not this Tuesday. It's the next Tuesday, right, Jeff?
Next Tuesday. Yep.
When's yours, Paul?
Remember,
I'm in that one, and then I have my other league that I'm in is the exact same time on the exact same day.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's been like this for the last like 4 years, so it's
so
pretty.
are you
easy
going to come to
do.
Lemmings or are you going to go to there?
No, I do it at home because it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how much do you pay for that one?
It's $250.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
that's a big one.
Yeah.
See, I don't.
Lawyers, and rich guys, rich
Yeah.
Indian dudes. They're all from India.
As long as they're not a bunch of dicks when something goes fucking right. I mean,
No, there is a lot of fucking argue. They're a bunch of assholes to each other. Yeah, they're all last. Everyone's last name is Patel. And they're all like cousins of some sort, and or their sisters are married to to them, or it's hard to tell.
How many
I used to
teams?
work with one of the guys. He worked as an IT guy. The law firm where I work. This was almost 20 years ago, and I'm still in the league. And I've actually met them in person once because the guy who runs the league lives in Oak Park, and he actually had a draft in person for the 20th anniversary of the league. So this was a couple years ago.
And how many times have you won that league?
0.
No shit. How long have you been in it?
Like 20 years.
It's 2004. And the league's been around since like 2000. 99. The league's been around since 99.
Get the fuck out of that league. You're just wasting money. Think about how much money.
It's so competitive. It's tough, man.
I know, but it's like you spent $5,000 to get nowhere.
You know what? I enjoy it. It's
all right.
I'm gonna win eventually. Unless I die, it's possible I could die.
The 12 teams.
It's like that chick you like that just doesn't like you back the same way.
The 12-team league?
Yeah. If I give up now, I'm gonna win, then I'll quit.
Some lucky Babbitt hit points, huh?
I mean, the only league I ever won was your Lemmings football league, Jeff. That's 2 years ago.
I'm just trying to keep it a friendly league where it's not too expensive and shit, and everybody can just have that every year. I mean, it's just like I in those leagues, like to get in, and $10 a waiver wire pickup. And then the minute you make a trade that somebody else doesn't like because a competitor that's up at the top of the fucking list uh gets something and it pisses them off, it just creates too much drama goes into like when the high stakes
Right.
ones, and it just soured it for me. That's why it's like, it's $50. If you don't want to be in it, you don't have to be in it. Start your own league for 300 fucking pop.
My
So
league's only 25, Paul. You can play for 10
Wow.
years.
What's the point?
I asked around about going to 50, but some people are like, just leave it at 20. It's just a
Yeah.
league. I don't
you know
think
Aaron
I
Judge
follow
just hit
anyone
his
close.
1000th hit right now.
Wow.
Was it?
My other
Aaron
baseball
Judge
league going $100 as well. The other fantasy baseball I give him. So
Aaron Judge just recorded his 1000th career hit after becoming the fastest player to reach 300 home runs. So if you think about it, he's got 1,000 hits and 300 home runs. So basically, it's like for every 3 point something hits is a home run.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
30%. Are
Yeah.
you in another baseball league, Paul?
yeah, I'm in the other Lemmings league, the Lemmings league.
Yeah, he's in the same league as Matt.
Oh,
McGuire, and then
yeah.
what's his name's in it too? The Mike
Mooney.
Mike Landsu.
Does Noel's does Noel
Noel.
still run that?
Yeah, he still runs it. Yeah.
Well,
That league's been in that league since '98, I think.
I'll just finish up the glance here. So McBride's is the new Buddha Kings. I think wait till next year. I've been on there for a long time. So Bake's our new Buddha King. Sombrero's still the lucky laggards. Beazzody's got the most games over.
Yeah.
Probably because you don't have a deficit at catching, right? That's a big part of this.
True. No, actually, I was like +3 at catching this day, so I think I left that position blank. Or
I've got to be getting close to like -15 at catching now. I had
really,
all 3 catchers off the same day.
I've been carrying 3 catchers like consistently since like
yeah.
June. Ruiz, well now Contreras is on the IL, and then a guy from San Diego, a guy with I think a Tachi or whatever is. I'm not sure he's a.
Or Camposano.
Did you just say
What?
chopped cheese?
No, what was the first name he said? He got
Higashioka?
yeah, that guy. I've had him on my team for the last couple months.
He's been having a good year, right? I don't know
Yeah.
about
Yeah, he's put up double digits at least 2 or 3 times in the last 3 months on like for a single day. He seems to catch every day too. So
Yeah, I think originally the plan was Camposano was going to be the guy, and
yeah,
it's got to be at least a 50-50, right? Or is Higashioka get
right.
started now?
No, he's catching at least more than half of the time.
Well, Weekend Warriors, Dads and Sombreros were co-warriors, and wait till next year. It's a straw spinner.
I think Saturday I had 5 pitchers going. Sunday I had 3.
That'll do it.
I got it.
Yeah.
Was 6 points last night or on Sunday.
Predicted top 4. Satch is back on top after a month and a half hiatus, 2-month hiatus, and Gaggers are pushed to second. Hopefully, won't be worse than that. So, players of the week, Baked had 3 of them. They went 5-1. Ellie De La Cruz, Francisco Lindor, and Gavin Stone.
Reds.
Oh.
And then Hack had Tyler Stevenson.
Yeah.
Been doing well for him.
He's doing really well. I have him in my other league, so he's.
Yeah, I know Hack's got to be doing pretty well catching points, right? He's got Salvador Perez and if Stevenson's doing well, I'm sure he's been all set there. Aaron Judge, of course, just an average week for him probably. David Peterson, very underwhelming Mets pitcher. was a player of the starting pitcher of the week, number 2 for Sombreros.
Yeah. 2 good starts in the same week.
And then Raisel Iglesias for the Knockers.
I'm gonna claim half of those points because he didn't get traded until Thursday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's not all Chris. Some of that's mine.
So the standings, look at that. Satch
That's back on top. That's
not only moves into first, but he's got a 3-game lead, and it's not even the Gags; it's over the Knockers. The Gags are 4.5 back. Went from first to third. Spear lost some ground too. He was 5.5 out last week. 5.5, I believe that's right. That's what I remember anyway. Oh, because it was behind me. Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
That
can
was
we
9.
scroll over to the All-Star break and see like where what everybody's like win-loss record is since the All-Star break?
Yeah.
so.
Is that week 11? Or wait, no. Hold on.
Last. Let's see. We'll be able to figure it out.
Where's the one that goes 3? That's 2. That's I think he
Maybe this one. 57.
no, too many in the loss column.
I really don't remember how long ago it's been.
Gotta be maybe the last fuck.
But I know Daddy's look. You got the best record going back to even the last 9 weeks. You got more points than Knockers. So you and Knockers are 32-19. But I think I wrote it in the email. Last 5 is the most impressive. You're 22-8. Satch is 21-9, so they're right there with you. They've been hot last
Oh,
week.
there's the 3. Last 6 to 5. That's where the 3 is. So
So
it's
this is it right here. Yeah, yeah.
so it's basically from the All-Star break. It's 20. I'm 25-8. Holy shit.
Oh, I should have said last 6. I think I saw the 22 and the 25 was like, oh, he only went 3-3. I would have said last 6. That's even more impressive. 25-8. Satch is next, 22.
Well, that's yeah. 6 weeks ago was actually the All-Star break, as you can see when it goes from 6 to 5. There's only a three game difference.
Yeah, yeah. So and cows 7-26.
Wow.
So
Holy shit.
over 33 games, you're 18 games ahead of the cows.
You're having a rough time. Wait till next year's having a rough time. But you since the All-Star break, man, your team's kind of got.
I'm 12-21. That's third worst. Wait till next year's 11-22, and then me 12-21. But yeah, you can see cows went 0-6 second week in a row.
You're still within striking distance. All you need is a couple good weeks put together.
Yeah, we'll see. The cows are only a game ahead of Sombreros now. They're in danger of falling into last. So you see, Beazody is up, up right in the middle here.
Right in the middle, right? So
And I think McBride's passed you this week, right? They were maybe you guys were tied and maybe you were ahead on points. No, he would have been ahead on points. I don't know. But you
I
didn't
think
have
I've been as high as 6th place this year. Right at one point, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that sounds right. Maybe even higher than that early in the year.
Hey, hit 5th. I know I hit 5th points wise.
Yeah. So daddies are up in 9th. You've been in the basement.
Oh, dude, I was in 12th like all of
Yeah.
fucking 4 weeks, 5 weeks ago.
That was 0-6 week. So I had 0-3 for All-Star break, but
So you saw these 500.
no 0-6s. That's my goal is to avoid 0-6.
I think I did look at it that we had other weeks where we had 2 500-point teams, but it's maybe only one
You
other.
guys, Have you guys actually seen how beat up my team is right now?
I haven't.
Holy fuck. Oh, after we're done with this, I'll have to show you. It's ridiculous.
Let's see. Well, Beazody, you're right in the middle of the Buddha standings. Should be right where you are, 1665. I guess we already looked at the predicted standings, right? Yeah, we did because I put the tenths on there. So what does it say? Dads are going to finish in 8th. So you're going to climb one more spot.
Climb over that.
I'm hoping I can get into 6th.
Not gonna.
Beazody's going to drop according to the model because of the coverages. That's the main
Over, right.
over in pitching, over in hitting. But, like I said, this number is not as good as the innings pitch. Warped by the catching one. If I wanted to do another step, it would be a lot better, but I don't think I want to do it. So I would like go to each team and see what your catching average is. Unfortunately, Yahoo doesn't have it out by position or something. That would be better. How's your bullpen? I mean,
How's it?
My bullpen's terrible. That's what I'm gonna work on over the off season. And,
let's see. 276. I don't have an average here. What why not?
that's for saves and holds. Okay.
Yeah, it's just saves and hold points. It's not really your total bullpen, but
so 321's average.
Yeah, so you're what
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
40.
I like the fact that we're just watching you like alter this whole thing as we're like watching.
Is it
changing
mesmerizing?
the fonts and the sizes and
Is it relaxing?
Hey, where's that one screen where you see where everybody is in what place they are in each category? Like from 1 to 12.
Yeah. So here's I added the week one, but it's not on the ones I sent. I didn't
That's the one right there.
But I'll show you what it was for the week too. From now on you'll
Look
get
at the knockers are
look at that.
dominating.
That's terrible. See, my offense is terrible.
Well, this isn't for the year. This is just for the week. Yeah. So for the year, no, this is for the season. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are good overall measures, and you're 11th in the league.
Yeah, I should be in last place.
These are rates. So I mean, if you're good at keeping your plate appearances up, you're gonna show better than this. This is just
right.
And that is one of your strengths is your management. You're you're good at maximizing your plate.
Sure. Yeah.
And as far as
that's hard to do when I was out in Oregon, just on my phone and just kind of.
Yeah, you were at. I saw the game that I have another.
Oh yeah. I went to a Spokane Indians game, and I also went to a couple Portland Pickles games.
I have another Facebook friend whose name is Paul, and he was my roommate in freshman year, and he was also traveling when you were. So when I got that, he's a big Mets fan and stuff.
Yeah.
So I figured it was from him. Then next time I saw it, I think I saw it more than once. I was like, oh, that wasn't Paul, that was Paul. But, all right, yeah. So for the year, your ERA is 3rd, your FIP is 5th, K-minus is 4th.
The whip.
Your pitching is what's carrying you.
Oh yeah, I knew that going into the season.
Oh, dude, it's my pitching that's like dragging. I mean, it's getting better, but I mean,
it wasn't my intention. But
my hitting is better than my pitching.
Just sort of ended up that way.
Yeah, Daddy's.
They got a bunch of guys on the IL too. Pitchers like all year long.
Oh, dude,
that Yuri Perez.
Yeah.
Scherzer's been on the IL most of the year.
Had pretty good relief pitching, but besides that, my starting has sucked.
Yeah,
very spotty. Will you stop?
Barrios has been my probably best, most consistent starter.
Really?
Yeah.
Dads are 11th, K-minus BB, and last in ERA and FIP.
Yeah.
little bit better in runs per game, 9. So maybe you move up. Hitting is much better.
See,
Pretty much like second in the league, and as far as these.
my team's not very fast, apparently. Stolen base percentage is 12 out of all of it. And a
That's
bunch
fine.
of fat.
Yeah,
Come
what
on, if you want to be fat and hit a ball like a
Daddies are stealing at a 72% clip. That's pre-rule change.
I don't know why that is. Probably because I don't. Well, I could probably win junior. I guess. Well, Soto doesn't really steal. Okay, I just don't have a lot of guys that steal bases. Well, I got Pete Crow Armstrong now. That guy started showing like he was heating up, and I grabbed onto him real quick, and he's been nothing but fire right now.
I sold
17
him
points the
short.
last 2 days.
I sold him short last week with the comparison to Juan Lagares. I mean, Lagares won a Gold Glove, but he never hit many homers. I don't know who I was thinking of.
Oh, dude, that guy hit a home run that was like 450 something feet.
Who?
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's got some fire.
Yeah, he crushed that ball.
All right,
Dude's
now
got
this is
massive power. He's not that small.
This is what's new, which I intended to put on the standings, but I realized I forgot to copy something over. So this is just for last week. So you can see.
Oh, wow.
So maybe the rates is better to look at, to compare it to. So just for the week, Beazody was middle of the pack in the hitting rate categories. These are the 2 best ones to look at overall, anyway. And OPS is on here too. 7th, no, 8th in that one. And then this is Beazody, right?
Pitching. All right.
So ERA, you're a little bit better than the average.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Well, no. Yeah, FIP and ERA was 5th.
So wait a minute, which one is this? Is this week's or
Just for the
what's
week.
going on? Oh, just for the week.
Just for the week.
Okay.
This is I think this is Beazody. Wait. Yeah. So you can see, you get your, yucks. Look at like what your ERA for the week was, 3.33. So who had a really low one? Satch, 2.28 week. FIP was even better. So what was Daddy's pitching for the week? Let's look at that. 3.72, not bad. League average is 3.87 for the week. So
That's real low. Is that normal? Is that really what the league
I had
average
I had a couple of guys fuck me over.
our ERA for the league is 3.93 for the year.
3.93?
Yeah.
So that's below. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what it is for MLB. I know earlier in the year it was like 3.96, but that was like months ago when I looked at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's went higher in the summertime, right?
I guess
So who's got the highest ERA there?
for the week?
Yeah. I thought I saw somebody with the 5s. Oh, 501. Oh, you were 503. Oh, we got another 554 down here. Second to the bottom.
503, the Gags, right? Or is that not?
Yeah, but
Wait,
who's 554? Is that holy cows? Holy shit. Holy cows had a 554. Oh, and then who's was it Gambler Spirit got a 493?
That's Spear and this is Knockers, yeah.
Chris had a great week pitching. But man, oh man.
His innings.
That 554 is hurting.
But Satch 2.28, nice week, huh?
Yeah, no shit. He got really good pitching.
So
How many of those were starts?
we can see his quality starts. Quality start percentage, 64%.
54%.
And Spear had a 17%.
I really like the quality start. That's
I do too.
Yeah,
It
you
gives
know
more valuable for the pitchers that just kind of get screwed.
Yeah, it's just more satisfying not to have it be so all or nothing. That win is so flimsy.
Yeah, it's so arbitrary. You play for a shit like you play for the White Sox. That's Eric Fetty.
Yeah. I gotta take the dog out, talk amongst yourselves.
Does that mean you're going to the bathroom?
No,
That's
yeah, maybe on the way back.
that slang. I got to take this dog out. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, so the stuff I sent today didn't have the stuff for the week.
Oh,
I got to do this extra little step. So this is the raw. This is the first thing that I copied from Yahoo. So this is the raw numbers I copy and paste each week. But what I didn't do was I had to copy and paste this down to the prior week one, and then then I can just subtract and get what it was for the week. But that's the step I didn't do. So I had set it up, but I didn't copy these old values down. So, anyways, next week it'll be on there. But I don't know why I didn't think to do it before. It's fun to look at for the week, Well, I guess that's all I have here.
and looking at spreadsheets all week to myself, so it's that's all I do.
Yeah, that's all I do all day.
Yeah. So I just kind of had to teach myself.
That's what I did. I mean, it was when I got my first computer was in '92.
Yeah, see, this is me. It's like within the last like 2 years. So it's
And I was all my incentive was, I used it for accounting, but I was never, I didn't care so much about that. But when I realized what I could do for baseball, that's when I got really,
right.
this
Yeah, I use it at work for like just like uploading like long lists of names of people into a database and
yeah.
like rearranging first name, last name, and like figuring those like how to do that kind of thing. And
Yeah. Well, that vertical lookup thing, that was the one thing that got me really excited because I did
yeah,
a stat service for fantasy leagues. I did it all on spreadsheet. I'm not a real computer guy. I'm not a database guy or anything.
right.
I did take a couple of courses, but it never stuck. It never stuck
Right.
with me. I just do everything on spreadsheet. But that vertical lookup thing, because I used to do everything by hand. I mean,
Mhm.
the first
Right.
year of the beer league, even for my own preparation, it was like all done in hand. And when I could see that I could copy down an equation like 3,000 rows, and I mean, back then it was probably a few seconds, but now it'd be like instant.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, holy shit. So, because you key in on a name or an ID number, and then you can offset the columns, so you can go 5 columns over. Give me the value that's 5 columns to the right of Oh man, I was like, holy shit, I can do a lot of stuff with this.
It's crazy how useful it is. I was kind of like, well, I never needed it for like accounting purposes or for it. And all the classes they offer at the law firm I work at are all for that purpose of like adding and doing arithmetic and stuff. I just needed it for like moving names around from various databases, and so that's how I had to teach myself.
The only thing I'm not like really adept at is like the visual part of it.
Hmm.
I mean, I learned how to do like pie charts because
Right.
I used to make my own All-Star baseball game. The discs and the spinner.
Yeah.
Those are just pie charts.
Yeah.
So, but that's about the only visual thing I think I've really done with it. I don't do like presentations or anything. My stuff is just, it's all ugly to look at. In fact, the beer league standings, I try to make that a little bit more attractive to look at, use some colors and stuff like that. But if it's just for me, it's just all white. I don't care what it is. Is that your doggy?
Yeah.
Hey,
It's Augie.
Augie?
Yeah. So
Augie the doggy?
one of the Basset Hounds. Yeah. There's Ned. Ned's upstairs still.
Augie and Ned.
Yeah.
So who do you? Oh, I guess you can't talk about it with Jeff being in the league with Jeff, but I don't know. I've been looking just for maybe about a week or two now at football and stuff, you know.
Oh, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think I'm picking right in the middle, like at seventh. So I have no idea. I don't do any preparation for football whatsoever.
It doesn't seem like there's any real
I mean,
stud
you got
running backs available this year. You know, rookie running
right. And so it's all receivers now, and it's
few receivers. There's that one tight end. And
you
I
need a
think
quarterback. Yeah, you need a good tight end. Um,
the Vegas tight end, Brock Bowers.
oh, sure.
And then, you know, trying to figure out like
Fantasy football drafts are the easiest thing in the world. I mean, it's
well, ours,
especially on Yahoo. It's just
we only have 13 players per team, 12
that's
teams. Our drafts are done in
I like that.
under an hour. You know, it's so fast.
Yeah, I think the league that Jeff runs, I think there's like 16 teams. It's or 16 players per team, and it takes way too long, in my opinion.
Yeah, this
Because half those guys you never even play. They're just,
most
but
leagues
yeah.
most leagues use two running backs and a flex. We have one running back and a flex.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We have one running back, two receivers, a tight end, and then a flex that could be.
Flex. Yeah.
So there's not a big worry about getting the running back because you'll probably be able to get him.
Right.
And what I've learned through the years too is like you always want the number one running back on a team, but the number one running back on a crap team doesn't outpoint a second running
No.
back on
You need like a goal line guy, a guy who gets
goal line guy, or you get the receiving running back.
yeah,
A lot of ways to get some production. I mean, you want the stud
yeah.
running back, but there's not too many of those,
Yeah. I always
the guy that catches passes and gets goal line carries and is your every down, your first down back. I mean,
I'm always a sucker for any Alabama player, so I'm always picking like Derrick Henry or I think Derrick Henry almost every year. It's at least one of my leagues.
I started to root for Auburn 10 or 15 years ago because a friend of mine here in Durham he went there and
yeah.
And I'm not a big college football. I probably am more aware of college football now than I've ever been. That's for sure.
Right.
I'm still not. I guess I should be into it because it's really like watching the minor leagues for football. I mean, because these guys get drafted and man, they're playing they're playing a bowl game and then boom, less than a year later they're NFL team.
Sure, like SEC or Big Ten.
Yeah.
So do you root for any football college like Connecticut or you root for UConn or any?
Yeah, I root for UConn. I used to go to the like a Yale game a year.
Okay.
There's like they play in the Yale Bowl holds like 80,000 people and they have about 6,000 for the games. So.
I would love to go to Ivy League game just to check out the atmosphere.
I've never gone to the Harvard game because I always I like going when they play like Princeton because there's so few people there. I don't care.
Princeton, right? Yeah. A good friend of mine went to undergraduate at Princeton. He played basketball there. He was Kit Mueller. You ever hear that guy? He played Kit Mueller. KIT is first name Mueller. He played at Princeton. He was a center. He played against Alonzo Mourning in the NCAA tournament. Princeton almost beat Georgetown. It was a big deal. This was back in 1989.
He's a buddy of yours?
Yeah, this guy I knew. I grew up with. He's kind of a famous Ivy League basketball player. Played pro in Switzerland. Nice. And now he's like a venture capitalist, something or other. So.
Sounds good.
Yeah, smart guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you went to. I always forget where you. What was your school?
I went to Beloit.
Oh, Beloit. Oh, okay.
Beloit College.
It's like Ball State thing. I don't know why.
No, Beloit College. And then I went to Alabama for grad school.
Oh, that's why you're the big Bama fan.
Yeah, I got a master's degree. It's
nice.
Russian history at
How are the summers down there?
Oh,
I
it was
guess
awful. Oh, it was
I
the
guess you weren't
worst.
during the summer, but it must have been hot.
I did live there for 2 summers. Yeah, it was so hot. In fact, it would get hotter like as the day, like around like 7, 8 o'clock at night. It was like the hottest time of the day.
Yeah.
It's humid and it's all like Tuscaloosa is sort of in a valley, and it's just the heat would just settle, and it was just gross.
It's been nice here for a couple of weeks, but we suffered here. It was too hot to do anything
Oh,
outside.
yeah, it was hot, warm, yeah, warm here. This is it's the way it is nowadays. It's always going to be hot.
But we had some nice nights week or two ago. Even tonight, it's like we have the windows open. It's cool.
Oh, you're lucky. It's humid as hell here. It's going to be in the like mid-90s tomorrow.
Oh, I bet you that's coming here then.
Yeah. I think I'm already going to work from home. I don't feel like leaving the house. Fortunately, I have that option to do that. What are you drinking, Jeff? What's that? Diet Coke?
Jameson and Diet Coke.
Yeah. I think I keep you up all night.
And squirt.
Huh?
How about a
Good
Jameson?
shit, man. So hey,
I
I think a bigger question is people are asking, is there going to be pizza at the draft? So should I order Pete's Pizza for the draft? Everybody kicks in a few bucks.
I'm not going to be there, so
Oh, you're not going to be at the draft?
no, I got to do my other draft at the same time. I got to do it from home.
Oh, that's right. It's a 20-year anniversary there.
It's not the 20-year. They had that in person, right?
Oh,
yeah, that was.
so you're not going to be at either draft. You're just going to draft into
remotely on the website.
probably not the worst idea.
He's got all his sheets spread out.
Just don't make us wait the
It's all
whole.
here. My command center, my dog next to me.
Thing on,
Yeah, my visor. Like that.
Just don't make us.
I got moving the guys around.
Just don't make us wait the whole minute every time.
And they have depth charts.
Color-coded files.
Yeah.
I always find that Yahoo's like projected stats are fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I've been toying with the idea of just doing my own projections, and I've started to do it the past couple of years, and I just got scared because it might be some crazy stuff in there, But I was thinking, if I don't pick according to my list, but pick according to what is my highest rated guy of the next 12 that are going to be taken or something like that, then maybe my draft picks won't be so crazy. Or I could just use other the other projections like I've always done. But I think it'd be more fun to like have my own numbers and know like why this guy is ranked here, even if probably it's not going to be as good. My numbers won't be as good as what I would get from an outside source. So I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to do it, maybe, but I would get like.
Well, hey, either Paul has got a problem with his left arm or he's petting his dog.
My dog, yeah. Yeah,
it's Augie the doggy.
Yeah, that's Augie right there.
He's a good boy.
Join me.
I will never forget the time we had the wild card weekend, and one of them got the pizza off the countertop.
That was the old dog. That was Maxwell.
Yeah.
And
oh
Dorothy.
my God.
That's another Bassadons.
Oh my God. He got the pizza off the fucking countertop, and it was like I walked in there, what are you guys doing? And they were like both like, oh. And it was like the fucking the whole pizza. It's not really the whole pizza. It's probably about a little bit more than a quarter of a pizza.
Yeah, we ate most of it. It was one of those Super Bowl pizzas from John.
Yeah, it was big as fuck.
Were you able to salvage it, like scrape up the cheese and then
yeah, we got. I think we ate enough of it. We were full. There's a bunch of other food there, so there's never a shortage of food at the wild card Saturday party.
So they knew.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
They knew they'd be in trouble, right?
Right. Oh, sure.
I'll tell you what. There's something that I found out. Paul knows of this pizza place I just ordered from called Frank's, and it's on Belmont and like
Yeah, that's nice.
Narragansett, somewhere around there.
Yep.
Holy Moses, this pizza is delicious.
Old school.
The
Pizza.
sauce is fantastic. It's got a little bite to it.
Yeah.
But it's a good pizza. So next time you guys are in town, I'll have to order some of that in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Little shout out to Frank's on Belmont and Narragansett.
yeah, too bad we can't get
Yo.
any sponsorships, you know?
Sponsorship. Yeah. Where did you get it from
We're
last
doing
time?
it Dana Carvey style. They're just like they pick, nobody would ever fucking pay money to
What was the
advertise on a Dana Carvey show because they were so off the wall that finally they were just calling it the fucking like they gave free advertising to the Chinese place they used to order from.
what was the
And
pizza
just
place
like
you got last auction, Jeff? What was that place?
that was Al's. That was really
Al's,
good
right?
too.
Okay.
And that was a big
I
ass
know Al's. Yeah,
that was a big ass pizza.
that was delicious.
Yeah, that was good. I like Al's. Al's has really good wings.
Okay.
They're big fat fuckers. Al's is actually west of Cumberland on Lawrence, I believe. Just past Cumberland. So
Right.
it's like right
Yeah,
there on
no,
if you're going west, it's right there on the right side.
I believe I've gotten pizza from there before. Besides,
Yeah, it's a good pizza. But I love my Dino's too. That's right around the corner.
Yeah.
But I
No
tell you
shortage
what,
of good pizza places. I hear the new
there's
Joe's is good too.
dude, the new
On
Joe's
Higgins.
is good, but it's expensive as fuck.
Oh yeah.
They're like $5 more on
It's like a
everything. And
scale Italian restaurant. It's more of a
well, yeah,
less of a
okay.
pizza place. I don't know. I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah. They just moved. Joe's is Joe. I've had Joe's Pizza before, but they got really expensive when they moved spots. And I think they might have a kiosk or something in O'Hare, or they have
Oh,
like
really?
a like
Was that right?
yeah.
Okay.
I think they have something at O'Hare too.
I think you're right. I think I did see that there. I, I
But
flew, flew back from, or I flew back on Spirit Airlines. You ever flown on Spirit Airlines?
to try
Jesus
not
Christ.
to ever.
It's
I think I've flown on it
worst.
once.
It's the worst
It's
airline you ever
that's
fly on. It was like
oh
flying on.
dude.
I mean, it was literally like a school. I mean, I guess it wasn't literally. It was a school bus type experience. That's
Yeah.
just
It's yeah.
there's no like pockets in front of your seat. There's no like trays or anything. It's a seatbelt.
You don't get shit, and then you have to pay for
There's
every
no drink
bag you check.
service. No drink service.
Yeah, you flew
Nope.
out to Oregon?
Yeah, I visited some friends. I went to see Ween, the Ween concert in Spokane, and
How
then
was that?
that was fun. And we actually got to see Ween in Spokane. And I went back with my friends to Portland, and they Ween canceled the rest of their tour while I was in Portland. So I was kind of stuck there with nothing to do. That's when I went to the two Pickles games, and yeah,
So
just
Kind
did
of
you
a
actually
hike
end up seeing the
Portland,
show?
right?
I did. Well, I saw one of the shows. I had tickets to three shows, one in Spokane, two in Portland. I saw the one in Spokane, and it was after that show in Spokane they canceled the rest of their tour.
Oh no shit.
How
Yeah,
many hours from Portland to Spokane?
it's about 5 hour drive.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just Spokane's on the eastern side of Washington,
Yeah,
it's right near Idaho, right near like Coeur d'Alene.
yeah, I've driven through there.
It's pretty. You drive down the Columbia River Gorge and the whatever the Willamette or the Willamette River. Yeah, so pretty. Plus forest fires. So you can see they're real hazy. You can see all the smoke.
I lived
Went to
down
Seattle for the day. It was nice. That was cool.
I lived in Seattle in 1990,
Yeah.
just for a
Did you
few
go to
months.
Easy Street Records?
No, I didn't go there. But I went to the fish place, the Pike Street Market, and I
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
went to the went to the art museum, and I went to the Chihuly glass exhibit thing by the Space Needle. And I went to Sean Kemp's dispensary that's out there.
Were you by yourself or was your wife with you?
I was by myself, but I was visiting friends. Friends I went to
Yeah.
college with at Beloit. So I had a
Sometimes
friend.
it's good to explore by yourself. There's
Yeah,
something
it was nice.
cathartic in that.
Yeah, it was nice just to get away.
Just be on your own. You could do whatever the fuck you wanted at any time you wanted.
But I ate a lot of crap. I ate a lot of food trucks in Portland are big, so I was eating a lot of the shawarmas and all that stuff. Smash burgers and all sorts of shit.
I saw a game in the Kingdom. And
Oh, that's coming back. Yeah.
I was mad because I kept having to go outside to smoke. I wasn't used to that, like that you couldn't smoke inside, But now everywhere it's like that.
Put you out like a cat.
And I went to the club that Nirvana had played at, but of course I never saw Nirvana.
Right.
I saw like these other bands that didn't do shit. I was like, I think I could have been in Liverpool in like '63 and been like, man, you must have seen the Beatles. Like, no, I never saw them.
Right.
Because 1990 in Seattle, they would have been.
But yeah, that's for the heyday.
I think Seattle's a cool town, though. I really I liked it. I thought it was cool. It's got its cool neighborhoods and stuff like that. Capitol Hill neighborhood's got some cool clubs and bars and shit.
Walk around.
Hey, have you ever gone to Linda's up there? Did you ever hit that place? I wish I would have known you were going. I would have told you that's the bar you want to go to because it's just like it's kind of like a Lemming's Green Eye type bar, but it's got like a pool table and it's like
my buddy
very
has an Irish
lodgy.
bar. We ended up getting really drunk, and then I got a message from cause I took the train up there from Portland. And I was taking the train back that night, and I got a message as I was getting drunk with my friend that the train was canceled, and I had to get on a bus back to Portland. It's like, oh, fuck that! It's like I paid for a train, and it was on a bus. It's like a Greyhound bus. I mean, it was a.
I don't feel like I'm flying back to Chicago.
The bathroom in the bus.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones.
Yeah, yabba dabba doo.
You didn't get any kind of like refund or anything. It was just like, okay, well, I mean, it took about the same amount of time, but it was just, I paid for a train, not a bus. Like, I ride a bus anyone.
I used to hang out at the Comet Tavern. Have you ever?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the Comet. That place when I walked in. Okay, so this is a fucking good story. I walk in and sit down at the corner of the bar and order just a Rainier beer and a shot of Jameson. Well, they don't pour shots over there. They don't do shots. It's just everything's neat and it's cheap. They overpour you and they don't charge you a whole lot for it. Back in that was like 10 years ago, but so I'm sitting there and there's it's doom metal night or some shit. Because it was just like, oh, and the guy's like, oh. He's like, and every band was the same thing. It was just weird as fuck. I don't understand. I did not understand it. It was like every song was the same song. But anyway, they had this fucking the ceiling was covered with like $5, $10, $1 bills everywhere. It looked like this like plants coming off the ceiling. It was just all dollars. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, how'd you get them all up there? I was talking to the bartender. He's like, oh, well, give me $1.02 and I'll show you. So I did. I'm like, well, I'll fucking buy that knowledge for $1.50. Fuck yeah. So he takes a thumbtack, puts it behind the 2 quarters, and points it. No. So he takes the thumbtack, puts it through the dollar, and then puts the quarters behind the thumbtack, and then wraps the dollar around the quarters, and then he throws it straight up so the thumbtack hits the ceiling, and it sticks. So the dollar sticks, and the 2 coins fall back to the ground, and the dollar stuck on the ceiling. So that was wild. But I was taking pictures of all this shit, and then some girl walked over to me and she goes, "You took my picture. I don't like that." And I'm like, I don't think I took your picture. She goes, "Yeah, you took my picture." And I'm like, all right, well, let me see here. Let's go through my pictures and see if you're in any of them. I went through every one of them. The only picture she could have been in, she was behind some dude. And I say, see, you're not in any of the pictures, so sorry. And then she fucking took my shot and fucking downed it and walked off. I'm like, really? So I
Think
talked to
you'd
Mark.
like
I'm
to,
like, yeah,
Jeff.
man, that bitch just stole my shot.
Like you.
And he's like, poured me another one. He's like, if she does it again, let me know. So then I get in this conversation with this dude, this bowler hat, who's like, he looks like kind of like he's into ska and shit, but he's at this doom night with a bowler hat on.
Bowler hat.
We're sitting there shooting the shit, and just conversation with this guy who's really fucking cool. And I was telling him about what this chick did and all that stuff. And all of a sudden, it's like out of nowhere, she comes back down and then chugs the last, like, literally like 1/8 of my Rainier tall boy.
Oh,
And it was goddamn gross. I was about ready to give up on it and fucking get another one, you know? And then she did that. She just chugged the rest of my backwash and just went, ugh. Walked off. The guy I'm talking to me goes, she just fucking drank his dick. So then they kicked her out. It was just the weirdest fucking, yeah, that was my experience at the comic club. Fucking pretty
Comet
cool
Tavern,
place though. I fucking enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah.
It's on Pike, right? Comet Tavern.
Huh? Yeah.
Comet Tavern.
It's still there. I think somebody bought it. It was like sold and people thought it was gonna get like demolished or something or fucking made into something else, but whoever bought it kind of kept it going, I think.
When I
I
was
don't know
there,
about the last.
that's over 34 years ago now.
Right.
Well,
God.
when I was there, it was about 10 years ago. And then I heard like maybe 5 years ago that it was like it got sold or something.
Oh.
And people were afraid they were going to close it down. And it was basically, I don't know, some other bar group. Maybe it kept it going. Or who knows?
All right, guys. I need to wind this down.
Yeah.
The bed.
Paul is done at 86 on Paul.
It's my bedtime. So.
All right. Well, good
All
luck
right, buddy.
in your drafts.
Oh, thank you. You as well. Have a good fantasy football season. Good luck to you. The
Good luck the rest
stretch,
of the year.
Lou. I think you
Baseball.
have a good chance.
All
All right, guys. Take care.
right, good night, Paul.
All right, man.
Bye.
Take care and hopefully you have better luck in your other league.
I will. I'll see. I'll send you a text about Saturday, Jeff.
All right, cool, man.
Bye.
All right, bye. Oh, Lou, that concludes another week of
Fun,
podcast.
fact-filled, Beer League Enthusiast Escape from Reality podcast.
Oh shit. It's funny that we do these on a Monday at like 9 o'clock or 9 o'clock your time, 8 o'clock my time.
Yeah.
On a whim after a long day Monday.
Diane doesn't mind. She's watching her 90-Day Fiance right now.
90 Day Fiance.
I think that's the one she watches.
So do you have to go out with somebody for 90 days and then they become your fiance?
I don't know. Took CJ to school today. I didn't go. I went to work, but Diane and CJ's boyfriend moved her in. It's only like an hour.
Is this her sophomore year?
I think she's considered like a second semester sophomore because she's only gone there for one semester and then she went to community college, like 2 or 3 courses at a time. So I think she's like finished like the equivalent of like 3 semesters. So.
Okay. So yeah, she's gonna be sophomore, junior kind of growing here for this year.
So.
Unless she wants to do some summer school and fucking make up an extra semester, or like,
Yeah,
that, yeah, probably won't want to do that, but
she did well, So
that's all you can ask. So we got 5 weeks left. I mean, I have to go through and look at your email and just double check it with my stats because my stats don't include like all the changes and shit with the rosters and stuff. Like, I mean, when they do like when they fuck up the scoring and then they fix
Yeah.
it later. So you wait a little longer on Sunday night as soon as the games are over. I'm fucking calculating shit, but it never ends up. Sometimes it's way off, and sometimes I fuck up. So I always look at Jews as a backup.
Only about once a month do I do it on Sunday night. That's just about really
Actually,
close.
mine's the backup.
I wasn't too
Well, I
excited
mean,
about it this week. So, but I did
so,
do it
so
last night, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go 1-5, and I probably can't go 0-6. So I guess under the circumstances, I'll take it because I think there was a team that had 70 or 80 more points than I did, and they went 2-4, and I was like, whoa, that's bad. I'd rather have the 330 or whatever, 334 and go 1-5 than have like 410 and go 2-4. It's like it's a lot of points. But
oh, so who do you think is like? I mean, as far as rookies go, that can be called up on September 1st when the rosters expand. What can you see as far as like some of these guys' teams is, what are they going to have to? I mean, they're either going to have to drop somebody. So, I mean, keep your eyes open in September 1st because when these guys start coming live and people have to start playing them and they start dropping people, there's going to be some quality people down the road that you can probably stow away for the rest of the season and take into the draft.
I think that's what Sean was touching on, that if you're in the race, you can't afford to stow a guy, but if you're not going to screw up a championship, you can burn a spot on somebody that's promising. So it's interesting. Like, yeah, you're kind of hindered if you're if every point counts.
Well, here's what I was saying earlier. You know how I was talking about like my team is fucked up right now? So I gotta show you this. There we go. All right. Now I got Mountcastle fucking injured. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I saw that. They had him playing the outfield.
So here's the thing. Keston Herstead, Christian Encarnacion Strand, Jung-Hoo Lee, Jacob Wilson, Christian Walker, Kettle Marte. It's like, what the fuck? And I'm still like, it's like, oh my, like, I mean, this Jacob Wilson guy, I like him a lot. But man, oh man, what the fuck? And then I've got Drew Thorpe and Ben Brown. Ben Brown, I got in a trade. That's no big deal. But Drew Thorpe, he's been down for a long fucking time. And that guy was he actually was pretty damn good for me. I mean, look at this shit. He had a couple bad games. Like towards the end there, it's like, okay, this guy's fucked up. But
Yeah, he had a good run.
for the most part, I mean, there's a good stretch there of getting positive points. It's like, Jesus Christ. So anyway, yeah, that's my woes.
We were talking about the three Jacksons last week. Like, who would we prefer? So the only way I could rate them was like I looked at their minor league equivalencies from last year. So it's their minor league stats and then adjusted to what the major league equivalent would be. And actually, none of those guys, Churio, of those three, Churio had the best, equivalency numbers. But it's not adjusted for age or anything like that. So if I don't know what
Right.
compare with Jackson Holiday, but the guy, but it liked Langford. Wyatt Langford had the best numbers of those four. He's not a Jackson, but I thought that was but really none of the Jacksons had these kick-ass equivalencies anyway. Like it was real like run of the mill. It wasn't like
Did you see there was like some day in the month of August where it was Jackson Holiday, Jackson Merrill, Jackson Churio all hit like fucking, I don't know if it was home runs or fucking knocked the winning runs in or whatever. Yeah, it was just weird. It was one of those
Yeah.
weird things that somebody like threw out in there on the interweb.
So I still don't know who I take, but I guess according to the equivalence numbers just from last year, Churio was a little bit more on top, I guess. But I guess what I like about Jackson Merrill, maybe you could say that he'll have the highest floor of those three, even if he doesn't soar to the heights that those guys. I just like that he was so, you know, flexible or whatever. That they moved him to center, and I'm pretty sure he didn't play any center in the minors. And that means in high school he never played center because he was probably always playing shortstop. I mean, so and I think he's done a pretty good job out in center, and of course he's hitting well.
They say like it's just a shortstop, second baseman and stuff. They can play center field because they're used to that the way the ball comes off the bat.
Yeah, I guess, but it's
Because they're
still very
playing
different, right?
they're playing close to center.
But if the Pirates shut down Skeens because they're out of it, he's looking like he could win the Rookie of the Year. Maybe even if Skeens doesn't get shut down.
Dude, Jared Jones is about to come back. So who the fuck's got him? I know somebody's got him. Hold on one.
Satch?
This, my, do you see it for sure?
No, I don't know.
Hold on. Yes, Platinum Sombreros.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. You're gonna get yourself some late activity here. You'll be activated for the 15-day injured list and start Tuesday against the Cubs. So he is playing tomorrow. He is actually coming up and playing tomorrow. So, and he's already got 226 points out of this guy. So, I mean, it's not, and he's been out for a little while. So, I mean, he's got 16 games started, 5 wins, 36 earned runs, 12 home runs. He's given up quite a bit, but I don't know.
I haven't been following it. How are the Cubbies doing? They below 500?
They're actually, man, tell you what, right now, you saw I picked up Pete Crow Armstrong. So that guy's on an upward trajectory for me. I mean, he actually made this comment on the radio, and ever since then, he's actually been just like hitting the piss out of the ball. But he made this comment, and it's like they said, when are you gonna feel like when you're comfortable and part of this team? He's like, when I can start performing like I did in the minor leagues. And right after and that was a really honest answer and stuff, but right afterwards he just went on a fucking tear. He's just hitting the ball hard right now. And I saw that because I was at that game August 22nd. I had to host a suite, but he's just raking right now, hitting the ball hard, good sound coming off the bat. So, I mean, if you look, I've only picked him up. I've had him a couple days, and what I've gotten out of him so far is basically almost 30 points.
Yeah, like I said, I think I sold him short with that Juan Lagares comparison. Lagares is a great center fielder, but won the Gold Glove 1 year. But he never hit.
I
He never hit double-digit homers. I thought that he had. I thought he hit. I don't know who I was thinking of, but it wasn't him. Yeah, Pete Crow might be good.
I'm saying if you cross Christian Yelich with who's the center fielder I want here? Who's the best center fielder as far as fielding wise?
Right now,
One of the best.
no, Kiermaier. I mean, he was.
No, I'm talking like, within the last 30 years.
Oh, Andrew Jones.
Andrew Jones, not hitting wise, I'm talking fielding wise.
Yeah, fielding wise, he was really good center fielder.
I don't know. I'm maybe
Guy in the
Grady
Angels.
Sizemore when he was Grady Sizemore when he was like healthy.
Yeah. How about there was a guy in the Angels that was
Mike Trout.
no before Trout.
Oh, Torrey Hunter.
No, I'm drawing a blank. Hmm. Fuck.
Erstad?
Couldn't have been Erstad,
Oh,
right?
Tim Salmon.
No, it wasn't Salmon. I don't know who I'm thinking. Maybe I'm not thinking anybody. Angels center fielder.
Wait, what year?
Like probably like 30 years ago. 25 years ago. Anyways.
I think Edmonds.
Edmonds, yeah, that's something, right? Jim Edmonds. Yeah.
Jim Edmonds.
He was good. I mean, I think most people would say Andrew Jones was the best, right? Of the past
Well,
30
I
years.
think Pete Crow Armstrong is faster than Jim Edmonds, but he's got as much like go and get it as Jim Edmonds does. But if he can get his back going, like Kristen Yelich, and puts that as far as the defense side goes, hopefully he stays healthy because he's going to be laying out, trying to catch balls, shit. He's going to fucking break a rib here or there. He's going to bang himself up.
I don't
That's
think
what
he has.
fucking Trout did. Trout carries like a cannonball. He was just flying around doing whatever he could do, and he just keeps hurting himself. And now it's all catching up to him.
I don't think Armstrong has Yelich upside though. I mean, the Yelich, the upside that when Yelich was at his best, MVP level. But he doesn't need to be. If he's a really good center fielder, he just needs to be an average offensive player to be worth it to have him on the team.
Let's put it this way: he's got the form and skill to do it. If he's got the drive, man, that guy could be a fucking superstar. That Crow Armstrong kid, he could be.
Could be. I
He
mean,
really could.
he said all he wants to do is have some fun.
Well, that's fucking part of it. I mean, seriously.
Right? It was a tribute to his mom, Sheryl Crow.
Yep. No, it's not Sheryl Crow. It's the lady that was in Angels in the was it Angels in the Outfield or what the fuck was that movie?
All I wanna do.
Oh shit.
Well, at
So
least
where do you pick in your football draft?
where do I pick?
Yeah.
We don't
Do
know
you have
until a half hour before.
Oh no shit. So it's totally random draw?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
We
Yahoo.
actually
It's a Yahoo draft, so it's just whatever Yahoo does.
well what we do is whenever there's at least 4 or 5 of us at the bar, about a couple weeks before the draft or whatever, we'll I'll fucking put names on pieces of paper, put them up, throw them in a fucking glass, shake them around, let somebody pick one out, pull it out. We start from 12 and go to 1. So the first one picked is picking 12.
Yeah.
And then it goes 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And then it goes up to 1. And then we just, that's how we do the draft
I
order.
think you should do it
And
based
then
on
you can actually program that into Yahoo too. I mean,
whoever does the most shots picks first.
what's that?
Whoever does the most shots picks first. So the first one to drop out picks last, and then you keep going.
Yeah,
It's down to
no,
2 guys.
too old for that shit. No, 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 no.
You wouldn't have to take number one if you were happy like picking fifth. You could just drop out then. I guess this year, if McCaffrey doesn't get hurt, of course you have to say that, but he's going to be consensus 1, right? I mean,
Everybody said that last year, and he fucking played the whole season. Well, he actually went down for a game or two, but I mean, he played most of the season, and he was a force to be reckoned with. So, I mean,
well, I told you a year ago.
What other running back can you, if you're a PPR league, why wouldn't you take him number 1 overall?
Yeah, I mean,
He's going to get you the rushing yards. He's going to get you the touchdowns. He's going to get you the receiving yards. He's going to get you the catches. So McCaffrey last year was
a year ago,
awesome.
you were saying the same thing, and I was the one that was saying like, yeah, but do you want to take that chance? Because if you take him and he's out the year, then your season's pretty much sunk unless you get extremely fortunate, you know.
And I took him, but it was 20 picks later that I got the pick again. So that's like the worst part of the snake here is like, oh yeah, you get the first pick, and then you don't pick until 20 players later, and boy does that dilute a bunch of superstars out of the fucking regime. So unless somebody really goes rogue, and decides to do something super, super stupid, but if you're kind of going with like the consensus, I mean, there's not there's not a lot of good options, especially if you pick like a running back first. Okay, then you have to pick a wide receiver at 20 or 24. You know, so that's even worse. Like you get 12 teams, that's 24.
Yeah, I generally don't want the first pick, especially because
No,
it's random from Yahoo, and I don't want people to think that I had some shenanigans going on, like I got the first pick. I'm much
dude,
happier.
I got fifth
I'm
this
much
year.
happier picking like lower middle. I think, you know, fifth or third, or you know.
I believe the sweet spot is 5 through 8.
Yeah.
That's the sweet spot. But you can do some damage in 9 through 12,
Do you think?
especially if you pick well at 12 and 13 and do the turn on that. And even then, if the guy in like 11 and 10, there's a quick turn. So there's really good players coming around that turn. So I don't like picking top 4. I never do.
Yeah, I think I would prefer. Now you mention it, maybe I wouldn't mind picking later. You know.
Even though I am picking 5, which is the start of the sweet spot, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I've actually done a bunch of mock drafts on Yahoo, and it basically told me that I can get about one of 5 guys. And there's 5 picks ahead of me. So it's stupid.
Well, it's a good spot.
It's Brees Hall, Bijan Robinson, Tyreek Hill could fall if people go running back. So could CD Lamb, even though, damn. So it's like, dude missed all of preseason. Is he going to be slow out the gate? That's the thing you got to worry about with him. I mean, but you can't. Thing is, too, is like, okay, here's the other thing. If he doesn't do like the camp with everybody else, and he goes out there and tries to play when he's not, I mean, you got to stay fucking warm. But if he's going out there and try to perform more than his body can handle because he hasn't been doing what he's supposed to be doing, then he's going to be an injured wide receiver making $40,000 a year or $40 million a year. I don't know.
I was curious to see, you know, how Saquon's going to Philly now. If that's going to, you know, diminish the tush push a little bit. Like, is Jalen Hurts going to get fewer rushing touchdowns, you know, or even first downs, I guess. But I don't know if those count. But
I think they want him to sit in the pocket a little bit more. That's one of the reasons why they're getting him help at running back.
you know, even like Derrick Henry
But
goes.
Saquon Barkley ain't gonna put up with that shit if he's fucking vulturing all that shit. Saquon Barkley's got to get his too. I mean, yeah,
Even
he did get a pretty good contract from him and stuff like that, but it's not the last contract he can get either.
even Henry going
He's
to the
still,
Ravens.
what
You
is he
know,
like 26?
was it?
Saquon Barkley, what, 26, 27?
Yeah, I know Henry's what 31 at least now.
Yeah, oh, Henry's with his last team.
Yeah, but he hasn't slowed down yet. You know, I mean, maybe it'll happen this year, but I don't know. I wonder if people are going to discount him too much based
Oh,
on it.
he's like, what, didn't he sign for like 3 years or something?
But I just mean like in a fantasy football draft. I'm just wondering if they're,
Oh,
you know, you don't,
you
you
know,
tend not to get, you tend to worry about these older players, especially running backs. But
Here's the thing, pick anybody where you see they have value.
Yeah.
You know, if you see Derrick Henry out there in the 3rd round, fuck yeah, grab him.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know where he's gonna fall. Nobody knows. In my league, I mean, wide receivers kind of like really kind of crush. So it's like it's good to like I mean, it to where it was like you'd have to go after anybody in the 1st round. You're just not a run on running backs right away because that got boring. You know, you knew it's straight out the gate what the first 2 rounds were gonna be, and it was like pretty much every starting running back in in the game,
Well,
you know, and then it went to wide receivers and this and that, but
where do
it's
you
like I created a scoring kinda thing to where it's like, okay, well, anybody can have a really good game because we have, like, big plays, so it's like if you get a 40-yard, you know, run or reception, that's an extra 4 points.
where do you draw the line as far as like not taking a number one running back and taking a number two running back on a better situation? You know, it's like, you know, do you really want the number one running back on, I don't know, Carolina as opposed to the number two in Detroit or something? You know, I mean,
Well, you gotta look and see which I mean, okay, you're talking about Montgomery, all right, or Chuba Hubbard. Is that what or who is Carolina's running back?
they've got Miles Sanders, who did terrible. They drafted. You mentioned him the other week. I, can't, I never remember Jonathan. Jonathan Brooks. Is that his name?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
That's
thing
hard for
is,
me. That's hard for me because
uh,
like I see that he's number one, then I prefer him to somebody that isn't. But then like you know you're making a mistake there because there's some point where you'd rather have the second running back you know, on this other team as opposed to the number one for this team, you know. So I don't know. It's
you know, I would just stay the fuck away from Carolina running backs, to be honest with you. I mean, you don't know who's gonna start. I mean, you might be able to just like throw one, just go for one of them in the late rounds, but nobody's gonna know who's gonna be the fucking guy in there. Nobody. I mean, it's like it's gonna be like a three-headed spear, and whoever fucking gets the best, like, you know, runs per carry is probably gonna win the fucking job most of the time.
do you have a guy in
I
mind?
think it's wide open. I don't think Chuba Hubbard's got a anything on anybody else. I mean, that Jonathan Brooks is in play. Um, who's the other guy they got? Oh yeah, you said Miles Sanders. You know, if Miles Sanders proves he can't fucking do it, man, they'll cut his ass. I mean, I don't know how much is guaranteed in his contract.
Yeah, he had a big drop off. I mean, you know, obviously a lot of that's team oriented too, but
Well, you got also a rookie that ran that team. Dude, kudos to the Bears. I mean, even though I'm a fucking great fan, but holy shit, you can like they wanted that guy so bad that they did that deal, and we got DJ Moore and their next 2 first round picks. It was just
it was better than
and we got this
adding
year's second round
Claypool, right?
pick coming up.
I
It
think
just it's holy fuck. I mean, it's like I gotta hand it to Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles as a general manager, I see what he's doing, and it's just it's pretty cool.
did you
He
hear?
knows talent, man.
Were they in on Judon, where he went to the Falcons? I imagine the Bears must have been in on that.
Yeah, New England gave Judon the respect to let him decide where he wanted to go, and he decided he wanted to go to Atlanta and not Chicago.
That's weird.
He might be from the South.
Oh.
It might be closer to home. So, I mean, well, I can look up his football page on footballreference.com,
He went
which,
for a third rounder. That doesn't seem too bad.
well, the Bears were offering a third rounder too, even though they think the Bears are going to end up in a better position in Atlanta, apparently. That was one of the things that was discussed. Let me see here. Was I supposed to be looking up now?
Judon. The
All right,
Jets,
hold on.
the Jets open on Monday Night Football on my birthday, so I'm hoping
He
that's
went
a
to
win
Grand Valley State.
in San Fran. That's gonna be a tough one.
He was born in Pontiac, Michigan, went to Grand Valley State.
Maybe he's a Lions fan and didn't want to play for the Bears.
He just wanted to be closer to Freaknik. The Bears are set to make a veteran addition along the edge via trade. Darrell Taylor. Darrell Taylor, Bears just picked him up, and I don't know anything about this dude. 6'4", 267. He's a defensive end. And apparently they're looking at him at right defensive end across from Sweat. So this guy's played in 17, and he's got 5.5 sacks, 17 solo tackles, and he's only played sparingly in those 17 games. So they actually paid up like a 4th or 5th round for this dude. Or no, I think it was a 6th.
What's the Bears' Week 1 opponent? Where are they playing?
It's the Tennessee Titans.
Away?
Huh?
Are they away?
That's a hold on. I'll find it. Like, shit. All right. My computer was getting locked up a little bit here. Let me bring up the schedule.
I think the Jets are opening in San Fran. That's a tough one. That's probably not going to be a win. But we'll see.
I am going to share the screen. All right. Baltimore and Kansas City. That is going to be on Thursday in Kansas City.
You know that
Right.
gig that
Oh,
that
we
gig
got a Friday game. Look at this shit.
that gig that we're
Friday
practicing
is
for, Jeff.
what's that?
That gig that we're practicing for. The gig is September 5th. That's opening night. I'm gonna miss that unless I hightail it home after it's done. God damn it!
Oy.
We haven't played for months, and then I would not want to miss that.
Yeah. It's one game.
It's gonna be
You'll
a
get
good
to see
game.
another game the next night. It'll be Green Bay versus Philadelphia. Are you a huge Baltimore or Kansas City fan?
No, but I mean those are that's a good matchup. You know, they
It's a good
picked that.
matchup, but I mean, you know what? It's a good matchup. You're banned. Go have fun with them.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck about that football game.
Well, I'm just saying if it could have been the night before, or the night, well, I guess not the night after. I didn't know this.
Well,
Friday
yeah,
football.
Friday game. Green Bay versus Philadelphia at Philadelphia.
I've never seen
That's
that.
all. That's on the Peacock.
I know they did a Friday game after Thanksgiving last year, but that's the only other Friday game I can ever remember.
Yeah. And then Sunday, let's see, the Bears.
Bears.
No, Tennessee is here at
Okay.
Soldier Field. So it's a home game for the Chicago Bears.
You should be able to win that one.
Oh, but here's the thing though. Would Caleb choke under the pressure of being in his first game
Yeah, it's his
in
first.
front of a home field? I wait with bated breath because I've been duped before many, many times by this fucking organization. And yeah,
Well, you have to
it's a
be,
sore spot.
you have to temper your expectations a little bit, right? I mean, Caleb Williams is not going to be as good this year as he will be next year, right? If he's, if he stays healthy and he's still playing and does all right.
Well, he should keep improving and be that eventually Hall of Fame quarterback that we need coming out of Chicago. Because we don't have a good quarterback ever. I think if you look at it, Jake Cutler is probably the best quarterback we ever had, and that sucks. That really fucking sucks.
I always stuck up for him. People thought he sucked more than he did. I mean, I would have had him on the Jets.
Yeah,
I mean, you've had your
man.
share of bad quarterbacks too. I know.
Oh, it's been years of bad shit. And then when we get a good one to get hurt or there's something wrong with him. Like, I mean, even Fields, I was kind of bummed that they traded him away, but then I started seeing him in some preseason games and he kept dropping the goddamn ball. And I was just like, oh fuck, okay. And it's just like he's just so like ready to run because he can't figure it out, is what I'm starting to see
Yeah.
with him. But with Caleb Williams, what I saw with him in a couple of the games before is like that this guy will, yeah, he'll fucking run a little bit, but he'll figure it out and fucking like launch a fucking BB to somebody. You know? He's got the extra little thing.
Well, he's better than Fields probably, and he's got much stronger outfit around him now.
Yeah, he does. He does.
They gave
He was
Fields really nothing.
right. And there's a new offensive here, and they kind of are rebuilding the offense right now. But I mean, I think the linemen they have are gonna do okay. But that was big. That was one of the biggest problems we've had is like our offensive line sucked
Yeah.
and our defensive line sucked. And everybody knows. I mean, the whole fucking game starts at the line. If you got a good offensive line and a good defensive line, you're gonna have a good fucking team. Even if you got mediocre fucking side players, mediocre receivers, mediocre fucking quarterback, mediocre running back. But in that area, if you can control that fucking line, you know, that's what really matters.
I think the O line is the single most important thing because on defense you can get sort of creative, but you can't really get creative with your offensive line. It just has to be good.
That line just has to give you enough time to get the ball away. And if they're doing that on a consistent basis, and that's anything you can ask for.
Especially for Caleb Williams, right? It's his first
Exactly.
NFL action. I mean,
But in his sense too, when he like dips out and goes over to the sidelines and just throws this off, you know, against the body throw and hits fucking a Dunze on a fucking dime with a perfect loft and stuff, you just got to look at that and go, what the fuck was that? I have never seen a Bears quarterback do that before. I've been watching this team for a long fucking time.
Keenan Allen was
I
a
mean, that was
good guy to bring over too, like a complimentary piece. Like he'll be underneath, and
he's just like he's OG, man. I mean, that guy's been around. He's somebody who can help Caleb Williams out.
yeah,
But it was a smart move to bring him in and
yeah.
create extra weapons and stuff for him. I mean, as far as a three-headed monster, as far as wide receivers go, I think the Bears three rival anybody in the league.
I mean, I think he's got to be pretty happy with what he has around him. He's got every reason to succeed.
Yep.
Maybe he
I mean, who
won't,
would have
but he's got a much better chance. Almost infinitely better chance than Justin Fields had.
who do you think has a better starting three wide receivers?
Oh, geez, I don't know.
I mean, if you look at, I mean, just like DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Roma Dunze, is there a team out there do you think may have a better top three?
Maybe the Dolphins.
Maybe Eagles? I mean, you got Devontae Smith and you got AJ Brown. You got who else is the third Eagle?
I can't think of it.
See if I can look it up.
But yeah, it wasn't too long ago the Bears brought in like Chase Claypool, right? I mean, like, so those days
Oh,
are.
that was a mistake. Oh my God. That's the one thing Poles did that was really fucked up. I mean,
I don't think it was that
yeah,
fucking.
you gave up a
They
second
needed.
round pick
They
for that
needed somebody.
douche. Oh,
They were in
all
desperate
right.
need. I mean, but yeah, it was a bad move.
So they got AJ Brown, Paris
Dotson,
Campbell.
got Dotson from the
Oh, Jahan Dotson. That
Washington.
would be their third. They actually got John Ross too. So it'd be Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and Jahan Dotson. That would be the three for the Eagles. So that's a pretty solid three.
But yeah, the Keenan Allen move was
What else you
very
want to
smart.
see? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, who else you want to see here, real quick?
I don't know. Whoever you
What's the
want.
team roster? Tell me.
I don't know.
Oh, here, you know what? Let's look at the Cincinnati Bengals. This is another one that be like, there's a good top three here. All right, so
Chase.
you got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins.
They got rid of Boyd.
Who's the other wide receiver? I thought there was another wide receiver.
Boyd is on. Where did he go?
Oh God, yeah, he went somewhere else. I
Tennessee.
think maybe Tennessee.
Maybe.
Burton. This is a guy that's getting a little attention right here from Alabama. So he's like the third. The Jets.
Got Garrett
Your
Wilson.
Jets. You're a Jets fan, right?
Yes.
Okay. So your Jets.
Garrett Wilson's one.
Yes, definitely. Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams,
They drafted Corley.
and Alan Lazard.
Lazard, yeah.
Malachi Corley.
Hopefully he'll do better with Rodgers. He didn't do too much last year.
Of course, Mike Williams is hurt. Go figure that. Guy's always hurt. But the Raiders.
Well, they still have Devontae.
I have not paid attention to these guys. Okay, so Gardner Minshew is apparently the quarterback that's going to start the season off.
Yeah, they've got O'Connell. And, you can do worse than Minshew, but he's not going to win.
Sure. So you got Devontae Adams, and then I'm not really Jacoby Myers and DJ Turner. I'm not like noticing a whole lot of like. I don't really know many of these wide receivers.
Yeah, they're not going to be.
Brock Bowers is a tight end, but you also got Mike Myers as a tight end. It's like, why the fuck did you get both those fucking dudes 1 year after the other when they're both like stud fucking tight ends?
They'll probably do some 2 tight end sets,
Well, I can do some two tight end sets, kind of like the old what the Patriots used to do back in the day with like Gronk and
Bowers would be more the receiver. They got that running back from the Vikings, that Madison. Boy, he looked bad. I don't know if he's going to do any better on Vegas, but
all right, Kansas City Chiefs. All right, so they got like Marquise Brown, Nicole Hardman, Sky Moore, Rasheed Rice. Justin Ross is nothing to be snuffed at. Juju Smith-Schuster's back. Kadarius Toney, I think he's going to be looking for a job. I think he's going to get cut. I mean, he's got all the talent in the world. He's not a very smart player. If they brought Juju Smith-Schuster back, why do you need Kadarius Toney?
is Rice in trouble or something, or suspended, or what?
I don't know. I wouldn't think so. He was good. Or was he like actually got like big trouble like outside of the game?
I don't know. I heard something.
But here's the other guy, Xavier Worthy. This guy was the fastest guy in the combine ever in a combine. I mean, he ran the fastest 40 ever run in a combine, faster than John Ross. Crazy.
It was under 4.2, right?
So, I mean, as far as wide receivers go, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, it's like they got some pretty damn good talent here, and they're not very big guys. I mean, a couple of them are, but most of them are like 6 foot, under 6 foot, right around. And they're just fast. It's all speed.
Well, they're paying Mahomes a lot, so they decided to save a little money at receiver, right? None of those guys are making premier money.
Right.
Like Hill, they let Hill go to the Dolphins.
Well, here, okay, so that's a good example here right now. They've got a good top three, I'm sure.
Hill, Waddle,
I mean, like Hill, Waddle,
and they brought
and
in
then
a new guy. Can't remember who it is.
Braxton Berrios is the other one.
No, he's a returner and maybe a fourth
Yeah.
receiver.
I don't see the third receiver in the group here. Not anybody I know. I
Somebody
mean,
that came over.
Braylon Sanders, maybe
Somebody new.
Malik Washington.
I don't see him.
He's like 5'8", 191. He's a little fucking shit.
Maybe
Look
scroll
at
up.
all the fucking. Look at where the receivers are going. Look at all, like those three right there, fucking tiny.
Scroll
And
up.
look at this. The rest of them are not too big too either. I mean, they don't have a wide receiver over 6'3". This guy's a monster. They might want to make him a tight end or some shit.
I don't know who I'm
Crazy.
thinking. Am I thinking of Sanders? I thought that they brought in like a veteran receiver in the offseason.
Here's the Buffalo Bills. Let's see this.
This is not
Keon
their scheme.
Coleman. Keon Coleman. I like this guy. Curtis Samuel.
They're a little thin at
Shakir.
receiver.
Valdez Scantling. Oh my God, I hate that dude. He's just stone hands.
I think Allen will be thrown to
There's some interesting players within this group.
his tight ends.
KJ Hamler
They're a little thin at receiver, don't you think?
and Mac Hollins too.
I bet
He's a
you they'll
big
go.
boy.
I bet you they'll go with two tight ends too.
Yep, and then just picked up Cedric Van Pren. He's a #1 draft pick this year. He's going to be anchoring down their center. Interesting. It's going to be interesting. I like the Bills. I always had a soft spot in my heart for him since they like lost the Super Bowl like fucking 4 times.
4 times in a row. It's like the Nets lost the finals 2 years in a row. I can't imagine doing it 4 years.
Oh, yeah. Poor Mar Levy. Poor guy. Trying to think of any other team that's got like a good top three. Oh, you know what? Minnesota Vikings. So you got Jordan Anderson, you got Justin Jefferson. Who's my third?
I think that's to be
You know what I mean?
determined.
N'Keal Harry, a tight end. Remember the old wide receiver N'Keal Harry? They got him listed as a tight end on Minnesota. Crazy. Yeah, there's really not more than one or two guys on this team.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. Enough of that. We keep looking at this shit.
Hey,
Fucking be out here for fucking 3 hours.
I reached out to Steiger. He's going to get back to me about possibly doing a next Monday, Labor Day thing. It'd be in the afternoon.
That's no problem. I'm off the whole fucking week.
Okay, so if he wants to do it, we'll do it whenever he can do it. It'd be like certainly by the middle of the afternoon, maybe early afternoon.
Okay. It's fine.
So he'll get back to me. And if it's not Steiger, then I don't know. who
We'll just take the fucking holiday off.
where we have Normie or John Kimmler. I think those are the only other ones to get up to two. So,
All
right, Jeffy. Well, good luck.
that works for me. Yeah, man. Good luck to you. It looks like you started your week off all right, man. You got like a good amount of points to start. Got a lot of hitting points, which is good. Always good.
25-8. What if we had started the season then, man? You'd be in first place, you'd be 25-8. You'd be like, man, this is the year the Jets are going to get their third championship.
I'd like to say it was something I did in the draft, but it's not. It's just I don't know. It's some guys like kind of pick it up in the second part of the season, but you got I don't know. It's just a bunch of moving parts, and then you get to see where you're at. Fucking no. It's yeah. You just got your guys you don't want to get rid of and hold their spots and until you're sick of them.
It's funny though, when things are going well, you can feel it kind of, and not just see the numbers, but I mean, you just feel it, and like I can, the other way happens too. Like, I just felt like, oh boy, my team is just, it's just sputtering. It's just out of gas or something, and
Yeah.
it's really happened, since you're 25-8, and I'm like, I can't remember what it said on there, but 12 and 25 or something. I can't remember. 12 and 23. I don't know, or worse. I don't know. Wasn't I
It
was
was 25. It was 25-8. It was just like, holy fuck.
yeah, and I was trying to think
But
what I am. I think I'm 12 and
but I think you know what? Wasn't it
21.
wasn't that around the time I made that deal and got rid of Adolis Garcia and traded him to Norm and with a couple other players, and then I got Michael King and Cal Raleigh, and I traded Ben Rice.
Yeah, maybe.
It was Ben Rice.
Raleigh was on cows too.
Well, Raleigh, yeah, he was on the Cows too. I was unfortunate we got traded that year.
So that's
I'm holding on to him, so he ain't gonna get traded to fifth.
so it's Let's
Even though it's
Play,
like, kind of like,
Satch, Holy Cows, and you. 4 teams
yeah,
left. Wow.
yeah, he's like the Dave Kingman of like what 1976, 77, or was it 78? He was on like 4 teams in 1 year. It was like ridiculous. But since that trade, no, I think I've actually done a lot better. Got rid of some dead weight. Hopefully, well, it's not doing him much good. Sorry, Norm. Wish those players were performing better for you. Actually, let me go back and look and see how they performed over the last 30 days. And now I'm curious.
You did a trade with Knockers, right, for Russell Iglesias. I kind of like that trade too, even though Iglesias
Yeah, he was
player of the
throwing
week.
a lot. He was throwing a lot at me, and I was like, well, I really can't pass that up.
Yeah, what was it? I can't remember the players.
You threw me a fair trade, and I'm just like, okay, well, for Raziel Iglesias, I will accept your trade and move on. No, no money involved, no nothing. All right, so the last 30 days, Adolis Garcia's got like 68 points. Who's my other guy? Oh, Ben Rice, 29 points.
Ooh, not too good. He's just not getting the playing time, right? They're putting LeMahieu at first. That's what they were doing
I
tonight.
think Rizzo came back. I got 80 out of Raleigh. And who is my other guy that I got out? Oh, King.
He's a good pitcher.
He's got me 88 points over the last 30 days. Yeah, it's I mean,
Well, maybe that's the idea. If things aren't going well, you should shake it up. And if things are going well, maybe I shouldn't have made any trades, but we'll see.
well, Thing is, it gets stale and shit. It's not working. You gotta fucking do something, change your luck, throw everything off kilter. I actually made quite a few trades towards the end. I mean, just by chance, I ended up having a trade with Doug. That was pretty funny.
What was that one?
That was AJ Puck for Jake Irvin.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, we had more trades this year. I think we had 50%
yeah,
more, 50% more than last year.
that's good though. I mean, it's just fun. Number one.
We had an
I
extra
know people get nervous or get all like, butthole gets all tight and shit. And they don't want to fuck up. So people tend to not want to do trades sometimes, but hey, fucking do them. Change your luck if you're sucking. Because I don't know, it changed my luck. That whole first part of the season really blew. I mean, I started losing players. Shit, like 1 month in, not 2 weeks. Holy, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean that's part of what I had a good
Yeah,
year.
that's all part of it.
I had a good year because I didn't really lose any players that were killing me, you know.
Right.
So I've had, my share of people go on the IL, but it's like, you can tell the difference between like JP Crawford going on the IL and you know, Mike Trout or something, or some that really affects you, is the money you spent and things like that.
Right.
So, and I still don't have anybody that I'm like can't wait till they get back. I have nobody like that, so that's good. I mean, that should be a good thing.
All right. So I ended the day with like, well, shit, is the day over? Are there any games? Oh, there's still a game going on. Yeah. Seattle's still going on. Top of the sixth. I can still get more points. I'm up to 59 points. Woo.
So I have three catchers, like some of us do, right? Half of us have carry three, probably something like that, and they're all off today. I mean, it's just like that. That's the reason that you have that. Third pitcher's like, oh, I'm 0 for 3. It's like, of course, they're all playing the same days too. It's just,
You have to have three catchers that play 75% of the time
I think I've got
or
catchers
more.
that play a lot. I've missed Langelier's biggest days of the year. I consistently don't have him in when he has his biggest days. It's just awful.
With Logan O'Hop, the one thing I noticed is that, yeah, he'll be behind the plate a lot, but when he's not behind the plate, they actually DH his ass.
That's
Or once in a while, they'll give him a day off, but for the most part, man, that guy's in the lineup a lot.
yeah.
And then Cal Raleigh, he's like the main backstop there. He's in pretty much 90% of the games.
They'll DH him too because they need that bat.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's when you got a good bat and catcher and he's not behind the plate, he's on the DH, so that's a good
That's your
thing.
day off. You don't have to catch.
Yep. All you gotta do is go up there and take some cuts. So
You want to end it? We're getting a little long, I think.
yeah, I mean, my computer's about to go dead, so remember that happened before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right at the end.
That was really funny too. All
All
right,
right.
man. Well, hey, great to see you.
All right.
Always a
Hopefully I'll see you
pleasure.
on Labor Day.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe, maybe talking to
Hopefully
our
Dave
friends
can make it.
from Germany.
I hope so. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm gonna be off that whole week, so it's gonna be a
Nice.
get shit done around the house, do a lot of pressure washing.
Should be able to
That's
kick
what,
ass in your fantasy football draft. No excuses.
well, that comes Tuesday. Oh, and then I got Phil staying with me from Thursday through Saturday
Nice.
because he's got his record release party over at D-Men Tap.
All right.
So I think that's gonna happen Friday.
That sounds like a good
I
time.
would imagine if he's coming in Thursday, you wouldn't want to do it that night. You want it to be like in between the day you come in and the day you leave.
Maybe I'll
I would
drive
imagine
out.
it's
Maybe I'll
Friday.
drive out for that.
What's that?
Maybe I'll drive out for that. That sounds like a fun time.
Ooh, now you're talking. Now, why would you drive? You just fly to the airport and the train will let you off 2 blocks away from my
I
house.
know.
Huh.
We've got so
It
many.
would cost you more in gas than it would a plane ticket.
We've got so many credit card miles. I think I fly out there for like $11 or something.
Well, you'd have to sleep on a couch or sleep next to me. Hello. Anywho, all right. Well,
Sleep in
I
between
will.
Phil and Liz, right?
What's that?
Sleep in between Phil and Liz.
Oh, you can fit right in me. Yeah,
Keep them on.
you'll be the other way with your feet up by their heads. All right. Well, have a great week.
All right.
Good luck to you, lollygaggers.
You too.
And yeah, we'll talk and figure out the next one of these things.
All right. Go Bears.
Go Bears. Go Jets. Yeah. But fuck Rogers.